we are going to cover the Docker course for a Java developer. What are the things needed for a Java developer? So there we are having different modules. And for the modules one, we are going to cover the Docker fundamental, where we are going to cover what is the Docker, why Docker is created, the virtual machine versus Docker, what is images, container, and Docker architecture, how to install the Docker and all we are going to cover in this video. Here first we'll get to know why is Docker. Let's go for few year back and assume that you are a Java developer, and what are the things you are needed to building an application. Java 21 and Maven, MySQL 8, and operating system is Windows, and the same application you send to another developer. Assume that his system is macOS. He is having different Java version, Java 8. He have not installed any Maven or anything. So whenever you will send this application to that particular person who is another developer, his system directly can't run this application because first of all we have covered that this person having Java 8, but our application developed in Java 21, and he didn't have installed these things because he is working in a different environment, different company, or any different project. So what he have to need to do, he have to install the Java 21, then you have to install Maven, MySQL. When the application will not run, what the developer will say, the application you send having some issue and which is not running in my machine. So what you will say, it is running in my machine. That is the biggest problem faced by the software industry that time. The problem, every developer has a different environment, a different machine or different environment. Like someone is using Linux, someone is using Ubuntu, and someone is using Mac, and you are using Windows. And also like they are having a different setup, like MySQL version issues, production issue. How they are solving this problem at that time? So that time they used to write huge or big documentation. So there they will mention like this version Java 21, MySQL 8, and so on. So they have to mention these things and they have to guide through the documentation that, so before installing this, before running this application, you have to install these things, configure these things and all. Create the database, run this SQL script, set environment variables, and run the applications. And the following all the documentation, sometimes there is a chance like it may not run. Docker solution. What it says, like instead of sending the application directly and giving all the documentation there, what do you have to do? Whatever required to run your application. This is a Docker container. Whatever needed, like assume that this application need to have Java 21, MySQL, and MySQL 8, Maven, etc. So these are the things to run your Java application. Java application. These are the things needed. What do you have to do? Scan the entire environment. Like what are the things needed? We have already discussed here. Putting everything, your application need to a single box. This is the Docker container. What you used to do, only send the Java application, so that another person need to install this MySQL and everything. So what we will do here, only we will put all the environment, and we will send this Docker container, this box, to the another system. Here the system don't need to installation of Java, SQL, MySQL, Maven. These things are not needed for this new system where you are sending this box. Now whatever the system is, it will behave the same. This is one person and this is another person. Imagine you are having a plant business. Now this person need a plant, so you have to send a plant there. You are sending here, before old days, you are sending the seeds, and you are attaching a documentation. There it mention everything, like you have mentioned like what soil it need to be, how much water it had to be, what is the fertilizer, what is the temperature you have to keep this seed. So in the seed and following this one, but it will not guarantee your plant will grow successfully. Instead of that, what we will do, we will directly inside a pot, we will directly grow the plant which is already grow. Now we'll send this one to the person. So this person no need to care about these things. Now we don't need any documentation for this one. We will directly keep this one without worrying about it will grow or it will not grow. Is there any failure? So Docker is like this. We are putting everything, the soil, what are the soils needed, what are the pesticide fertilizer needed, what how much water it need to be uh, give. Everything we are already take care of these things. This is same like Docker also having all the environment. Come to definition. What is Docker? Docker is a platform that packages an application and everything it needs to run into a container. Docker is a platform that packages all the application and whatever it's need to run, will make a package of it and put it in inside a container. This is the normal basic definition for a Docker. So what container will contains? It will contain, this can include your application, then the Java runtime, and the libraries, and configuration. And what are the dependency? So what is the use of this? These results an application that behave consistently across different environment. So these things, what is the help of this means? Even though another person having different environment, there it won't behave differently. Whatever it is running, whatever the result it is showing in your system, same thing it will show in that another system, another environment. Now we talk about the container. What is container? Container is the running instance. Container container is a running instance of your packaged application. What is this means? Whatever you make the you have put this everything into a one package. So that package is wherever you put that package. So uh, you have uh, you have packages all these things into an application. So the container is the instance of your package, like we have already discussed in this. We have put all these files and all. So this is a container that we are having, that we are giving the name as a. So here in this example, like whatever the things needed we have put into a pot and we are sending to another person. So this pod is a container which includes the soil, what are the amount of soil, what is the amount of water, everything it's include, and it's already growing. So it's running instance. It is not a prototype. It is the running instance of this of a application, packaged application. So image. One more thing here we have to know. Image. Image is nothing but the, we can say like to understand this, if you know class and object. What is a class? Class is a blueprint of an object. So this is just a blueprint, but the actual thing is this object. Same as the image is a blueprint of container, Docker container. A Docker image is a blueprint of Docker container. We can say the image will have image will have every information, like what is the version of Java, what is the version of MySQL or any database, which database is required, which version of Java is required. All the information will be inside the image. So whenever we start the container, it will read all the information from the image, and it will install the Java, it will install that version of MySQL or what is the database is required, it will install accordingly, and the container will run after that. So what is the document? I already here I said document here. What are the things it's needed? That is the, we can say that is a image of the Docker container. And also like in object and class and object concept, how we are having like we can have different object with the same class, right? So here also with the same image, with the same image we can have multiple instances container. Like one container, sorry, one image can have multiple container. With the one image we can create multiple Docker container. So why the companies love Docker most? In companies we are having different team: developer, QA, production, right? So developer will develop with their environment, dev environment. QA will having a different environment. Product will have a different environment. So what will happen? Whatever the results showing for the dev, it may not show in the QA or prod. So instead of that, if the developer will send the container when testing, the QA will also have the same results and the prod will also have the same results. So this is the main reason why the Docker adopted so drastically. Like this is the main. This is so here what it is maintaining a consistency. Like what are the results in different same one environment? It will it will have the same result for the different environment. So what is the what we call this one? Consistency. So this is the biggest reason why Docker becomes so widely adopted. So this is the end of this lesson. What we learn from this? Solve. What it solves? It works on my machine problem. And next, an image is a blueprint. Then a container is a running instance of an image. The next one is one image can have multiple instances. Docker packages our application with its runtime and dependency for consistent execution. For the consistent execution, the Docker packages the application with its runtime and dependency. What are the runtime things what are the dependencies it's needed, and what are the runtimes it's needed? It will package everything in one and execute the container. The Docker package our application, like what are the dependency it's required, what are the runtime it's need, everything it will package for what? For consistent execution. So next we will see how to install Docker the next video.